This video demonstrates how to install the Showcase Windows 623 Series 4-panel sliding patio door. Be sure to have these common tools and supplies available throughout the installation. If you don't have a pen handy, you can find these lists of tools and packaged parts in print form on the Showcase website, under Installation. To begin, you'll need to have these tools on hand: a powered hand drill with Phillips head and 1/8 inch drill bit, a rubber mallet, utility knife, flathead screwdriver, putty knife, tape measure, caulk gun, high-grade clear sealant, and a level. For safety and efficiency, it takes a minimum of 2 people to install this patio door. The packaging for our Earthwise 4-panel patio door will include 12 frame screws number 8, 2.5 inch Phillips pan head 3 per corner, riser and snubber screws number 8, 1.25 inch Phillips flathead 2 per riser, 6 per snubber, and 32 total. 2 types of L brackets number 8, Phillips flathead in 3/4 inch and 1 inch lengths. Keeper screws number 8, 3 inch Phillips pan head. Interlock screws number 8, 3/4 inch Phillips pan head with tech tips. Astragal screws number 8, 2 inch Phillips pan head. T-bracket screws number 8, 2.5 inch Phillips flathead. And for impact windows only, we include impact brackets with number 8, 2.5 inch Phillips flathead screws. For the optimum installation job, please use only the screws provided in our packaging. Next, let's review the smaller parts you'll find in our packaging. There are 4 L brackets, 4 bumper stops, gaskets, white weather strip draft plugs, T-brackets, keeper, snubbers, screw hole plugs, handle with key switch, and a dummy handle set. Finally, here's a rundown of the main parts of the 4-panel patio door for Showcase. These include 2 sill risers, sill threshold covers, head and jamb covers, interlocks, 2 jambs, a frame sill, astragal, header, and brackets for impact doors only. We suggest that you create a layout of the door and assembly parts on a clean floor space. This will give you a mental picture of the door and the installation steps involved. It will also help you organize and keep parts accessible and in order. At this point, you'll also want to make certain that all frame parts fit together properly. First, apply silicone to the door jamb and header. Then use 3 2.5 inch pan head frame screws to fasten the jamb to the header. Throughout this installation, be sure not to over-tighten screws. This can strip screws or damage parts. Next, there are 2 sill gaskets, 1 for each side of the threshold. Remove the backing from the adhesive side of the gaskets. It's a good idea to remove all backing first, including the 3 holes for screws. Then, align left and right gaskets to the corresponding threshold parts. Press firmly into place, matching gasket holes with screw holes. Now, align the sill with the door jamb. Use 3 frame screws to fasten the sill to the jamb. Repeat these steps for the opposite corner. Remember, before installing a frame in an opening, make certain the opening sill is level side to side and front to back. Now for the door frame. You'll find the door frame already has the snubbers in place, so there's no need to screw down the snubber in the header section. For the sides, we have supplied 6 1.25 flathead snubber screws to fasten each snubber to the frame. Simply repeat these steps to fasten the other snubbers into place. The next step is to install the sill risers. Position the edge with the raised lip towards the exterior of the door. Slide the sill riser until it meets the jamb, but don't push it any further. Snap the sill riser into place. Use 3 1¼ inch flathead screws to fasten the sill riser into the proper position. Repeat the same steps for the installation of the next sill risers. To install a panel, look at the edge to locate which side is the astragal. Remember, showcase patio doors will always have product labels on the interior side of a panel. You'll be installing the panel so that the astragal side faces the outside and the unmarked side makes contact with the snubbers. Insert the top of the panel into the header track. Pivot the bottom of the panel onto the sill, lifting the panel up and onto the riser. Slide the panel all the way to the jamb until contact is made with the snubber. Install the next panel the same way. The next step is to install the L brackets. There are 2 different sized screws for these L brackets. The 2 longer 1-inch screws fasten into the panel, while the 4 shorter 3/4-inch screws go into the threshold. Be sure the L bracket remains against the back edge. You'll need to allow space so the exterior screen can slide freely. Use a 1/8-inch drill bit to pre-drill for each screw. Then attach all screws. Repeat these steps for the other L bracket on the other fixed panel. Install the upper L brackets on the next panels. Again, the 4 3/4-inch screws go into the frame, while the 2 1-inch screws fasten into the panel. You will find 2 different kinds of interlocks for the 4-panel patio door. The interlocks with the smaller notch are for the fixed panel. Position the interlock for the fixed panel so the black weather strip is facing the interior of the structure. Align the interlock with the panel. Use a rubber mallet to snap the piece firmly into place. Use a 1/8-inch drill bit to pre-drill 5 evenly spaced holes on the interior surface of the interlock. There are a total of 20 3/4-inch panhead tech tip screws. Use 5 per panel to fasten the interlock. There are 2 sizes of interlock covers. Find a long interlock and place it into the top point at an angle. Then, gently twist it to a vertical position. Snap the piece into place with a rubber mallet. Repeat these steps for the other fixed panel interlock. Next, find the operable panels with rollers to install the next interlock. Position the interlock so it's flush with the panel, and ensure the black felt weather strip is facing the exterior of the panel. Remember, labels on a panel indicate an interior side of a panel. Snap the interlock into place with a rubber mallet. With a 1/8-inch drill bit, pre-drill 5 evenly spaced holes for screws. It's best to drill the outer holes first. Then the middle hole. This makes it easy to judge the remaining holes. Attach the screws in the pre-drilled holes. Use the same process for all interlocks. As we've mentioned before, it's best to install the interlock screw cover by starting at an angle, then ease it into position. Holding the tip in place, hammer it down with a rubber mallet. Peel off the back of the white weather strip draft plugs. Place these on each end of the operable panel next to the end of the interlock. Repeat these steps on the remaining panels. To install the panel in the frame, insert the top into the header first, then pivot the bottom into the sill. Make sure the labels are facing the inside of the home. The interlock on the fixed panel will face the inside, while the interlock of the operable panel faces the outside. This forms the interlock. Repeat these steps for the other operable panel. Using a large Phillips head screwdriver, raise the panel all the way up by turning each of the roller adjustment screws clockwise. For the sill threshold, position the notched end to face the exterior of the home. Install it toward the middle. Make sure you don't cover the outer channel. This channel is used for the screen. Tap into place with a rubber mallet. Take the header cover and position it in the operable panel with the larger lip facing the exterior. Put the edge with the small lip in first. The edge with the larger lip will face outward. Push it securely into place. Now, for the T-brackets, you'll need to close both operable panels. Take your pencil and mark the top of the frame in the middle of each operable panel. Push the bracket into the channel where the operable panels slide. Center the bracket using the marked locations as a reference. Use the 8 T-bracket screws to fasten. After installing the 4 outer screws, make sure the door glides freely. Fasten the remaining screws and remember, never over-tighten screws. Then repeat these steps for the next T-bracket. This is the astragal for the operable panel. Insert it onto the panel labeled astragal that does not have the lock mechanism. The side without the black weather strip should contact the panel. Fasten the astragal with the 4 astragal screws. Avoid placing screws in the area between the 2 handle holes. You can place them above or below the handle holes, but not near them. To ensure slide space before you begin pre-drilling, you can place a putty knife under the astragal. Finish by fastening the 4 astragal screws. Now, close the panels to a point where only a small gap remains between the doors. The ideal gap at this point will be an even width from top to bottom. An inconsistent width indicates the panel needs adjusting. Adjustments can be made by using a drill or screwdriver in the holes along the bottom of each panel. This will move the rollers inside the panels into the optimum position. When installing the frame covers, the notched edge faces the fixed panel. Place the edge with the smaller lip into the channel first, then apply pressure to the edge with the larger lip. Snap the piece into place. Repeat these steps for the cover on the opposite side of the frame. Now, you can begin handle installation. Note, the interior of the handle has a thumb turn. The exterior of the handle has the keyhole. Insert the handles in their appropriate locations. While holding the handle in place, insert the two caps into the exterior handle. Continue to press with one finger while tightening the screws on the opposite interior side. Screw the handle securely into the door. To install the keeper in the correct place, engage the handle lock. Using a pencil, mark the panel where the locking mechanism will engage with the keeper. Close the panels and transfer the marks to the other panel. Align the keeper with the marks. Pre-drill 2 holes with the 1/8 inch drill bit. Fasten the keeper with the keeper screws. Test to make sure the door locks securely. Pre-drill the 2 remaining holes. In the upper slot, drill at the bottom of the hole. In the lower slot, drill at the top of the hole to prevent movement over time. Fasten the last 2 screws to secure the keeper. Insert the dummy handle on the opposite panel. To complete the installation, install bumper stops at the bottom and top of doors. These will be in all 4 corners of the frame. When your installation is complete, your customer will be proud to have this beautiful, durable, Earthwise brand patio door. And you can rest assured it was built with quality by Showcase Windows and Doors in Houston.